Stop flying like you're trying to get yourself killed, Scott. The instructor's voice cracked in Aurora Scott's helmet as she yanked her F-16 Fighting Falcon through another aggressive turn. At 24, only 6 months into advanced fighter training, Aurora already had a reputation. Too reckless, too willing to test the limits of her jet. What nobody at Nellis Air Force Base knew was that she had been preparing for combat since childhood. Her father, Colonel Marcus Scott, a Gulf War double ace with 12 kills, had taught her that air battles weren't won by the cautious. Darling, the moment you get conservative in a fighter is the moment you hand the fight away, he told her. He died in a training accident when Aurora was 16, but his philosophy stayed with her. On paper, Aurora was average. Her instructors wrote evaluations full of contradictions, exceptional stick and rudder skills, but dangerous tactical judgment. They thought she was overconfident. In truth, she was holding back, saving her instincts for the day they truly mattered. That day came on what should have been a routine training sortie. Aurora was flying wingman to Captain Jennifer Hayes, a veteran who followed the manual to the letter. Before launch, Hayes had warned, defensive posture unless cleared to engage. No hot dogging. Aurora smiled, nodded, and climbed into her cockpit. The Nevada desert stretched beneath them, red and gold under the morning sun. At 25,000 feet, the first intercepts went smoothly clean. By the book, predictable. Aurora felt the Viper straining, eager to be flown the way it was designed. Then her radar warning receiver lit up. Hayes. Are you seeing this? Multiple bogeys. Bearing 010, 40 miles, closing fast. Count 20. Hayes' tone sharpened. Confirmed. Switch to tactical and declare emergency. Aurora called it in. The controller's voice came back tight. We show multiple unknowns entering restricted airspace. Investigate and identify. Do not engage unless fired upon. As they closed. Aurora's had made the silhouettes clear. MiG-29 Fulcrums, 20 of them, in combat formation. Hayes immediately reported. Backup was 15 minutes away. They were to engage only if attacked. 15 minutes against 20 MiGs. The lead Fulcrum accelerated toward them. Radar lock shrieking in Aurora's headset. Hayes shouted, I'm spiked. Breaking left. A missile streaked toward her. Aurora reacted without thought. She pulled a crushing 7G turn, rolled behind the attacker, and fired. Fox 2. Her Sidewinder tracked perfectly, exploding the MiG in a fireball. Aurora's first kill. 19 to go. The swarm converged. Hayes' shocked voice cut through the radio. Scott. What the hell was that? No time. 2 on your 6. Break left and dive. Hayes obeyed. Aurora flipped inverted, pursued one MiG through a brutal vertical scissors, and forced him into a mistake. Her Sidewinder hit squarely. 2 kills. The situation was collapsing. Aurora made a choice her instructors would call insane. She went on the attack. She fired both AIM-120 and ROMs at MiGs bracketing their escape. Both found targets. For down. Hayes cried, they're all over me. Dive south. Full power. Aurora ordered. I'll draw them off. What? There are too many. Just do it. Hayes dove. Aurora climbed straight into the heart of 8 Fulcrums. At the last moment, she fired a Sidewinder head-on, then pulled vertical. The formation shattered in confusion. Diving back, she picked off another. 5 kills, but she was now out of missiles, left with her 20mm cannon. Control asked if she could disengage. Aurora looked at her display, saw Hayes fleeing with MiGs on her tail. Negative. Engage decisively. Tell the cavalry to hurry. What happened next would be studied for decades. Aurora, 6 months out of training, fought 15 Fulcrums with only her gun. She used everything. The Viper's thrust-to-weight ratio, its tight turn radius, its ability to climb where MiGs couldn't follow. She used the sun, the terrain, and the psychology of combat. She fought with ruthless aggression. Asterisk her 6th kill came when she shredded a MiG's wing mid-turn. The 7th in a head-on burst through the cockpit. The 8th fell after a long chase and a perfectly timed climb, her rounds tearing into its engine. Asterisk low on fuel. With maybe 50 rounds left, she faced 7 MiGs converging together. They fired missiles and cannon in a wall of destruction. Aurora did the unthinkable. She pulled straight vertical, full afterburner, climbing into the thin air past 40,000 feet. The missiles lost lock and spiraled away. Asterisk at the peak, she rolled inverted and dove. She struck an isolated MiG from long range, her rounds walking across the wing until it disintegrated. 9 kills, 20 rounds left. Asterisk she dove at the formation, firing her last rounds not to hit but to scatter them. Out of ammunition, she kept pressing, using their fear to hold them defensive. Asterisk then the cavalry arrived. Viper 21. This is Ranger flight. For F-22s, what's your status? Asterisk Aurora exhaled. Winchester ammo. Low fuel. 9 confirmed kills. 6 retreating north. Asterisk silence, then disbelief. Did you say 9? Asterisk affirmative. Asterisk the Raptors finished the job, but Aurora had already made history. The first American ace since World War II. With 9 kills in 12 minutes. Asterisk the debriefing was unlike anything the Air Force had seen. Generals, intelligence officers, combat veterans all trying to understand how a trainee had destroyed nearly half a squadron. General Patricia Morrison finally asked, Lieutenant Scott, your record shows average performance. How did you acquire these skills? Asterisk Aurora told the truth. My father trained me since I was 8. I studied every engagement, every tactic. He taught me never to reveal everything until it mattered. That day, hiding my abilities would have cost lives. Asterisk the general studied her. 9 kills against professional MiG pilots. Performances like that come once in a generation. You can finish training, or you can join our most classified program. Asterisk Aurora didn't hesitate. Where do I sign? Asterisk 3 months later, she was Captain Aurora Scott, flying an experimental F-22 missions so secret her family thought she was still training. Her squadron called her Ghost. Enemy pilots called her the Witch. But her father's comrades called her what she had become, Ace. Asterisk one evening, she received a letter from Hayes. Aurora, you didn't just save my life. You showed me what happens when a pilot stops holding back. You weren't just more skilled, you were more committed. I'm trying to fly like that now. Not reckless, but fully committed. Thank you for teaching me that. Asterisk Aurora folded the letter, looked out at the flight line of jets she couldn't talk about, and thought of her father. He had been right. Air superiority wasn't won by the cautious. It belonged to those willing to commit completely when it mattered most. Asterisk years later, young pilots asked about Nevada, about how she had fought 20 MiGs alone. She told them her father's lesson. Train hard, study harder, but keep something in reserve until the fight is real. When that moment comes, she said, don't fly to survive. Fly to win. Commit completely. Make the other pilot hesitate. Make them the one who makes the mistake. Asterisk she reminded them that being exceptional carried responsibility. Your country didn't spend millions training you to be adequate. It trained you to be exceptional. The only question is whether you'll have the courage to be exceptional when it matters most. Asterisk because being a warrior wasn't about the jet or the weapon. It was about the moment you stopped doubting and proved you were enough. And if you were skilled, lucky, and committed, you might just change the course of history in 12 minutes over the desert sky.